general manager of Loop. And what we do with Loop is you can look behind you and see this beautiful scooter. We're going to introduce in Lebanon a fleet of scooters for sharing. For university students, for people who are on the move, they will be able to take the scooter and drive it from point A to point B.
Like in Netherlands.
Exactly, like in Netherlands. So, and this will be the first service of its kind in Lebanon and the Middle East. Now, today I'm not going to talk about Loop. I'm going to talk about an experience, a personal experience which I had and which anyone can face in his life. And it's mainly how I moved from being an employee, a very simple, basic employee, to becoming an entrepreneur. So, I'm a banker by profession with around 23 years of experience in the banking sector in Lebanon and abroad. In 2012, I took the decision to just stop being an employee and going to work every day and starting a new journey in my life. Okay.
Every stage,
There is a famous Chinese quote which I like and which says, find a job you love and you never have to work a day in your life. The truth is, all of us have something that we dream about doing, right? You don't always do what you like, what you love. But this is the challenge in life. It's breaking all the rules and doing what you really love and like to do. How did I move from being an employee to becoming an entrepreneur? As you can see, when you're an employee, you just set the alarm, wait for alarm, you snooze once, twice, you just go to work for a schedule, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever. When you become an entrepreneur, you still wait for your alarm, but you wake up with zeal, with enthusiasm. You're ready to go because what you do is what entertains you. Your work becomes your hobby, what you love to do in life. When you're an employee, you have a boss. You have a reporting line, and you go walk into an office. Being an entrepreneur, you have to forget about all this. You have to become your own boss, which is very hard because you have to practice self-discipline. And this alone is a big challenge. And sometimes, like I started, you have to start from an empty office. So, for example, when I joined Loop, I walked into an empty office without even a chair, and I had to start from there. When you're an employee, you have a set of rules that you have to abide by and you have to follow, whereby when you become an entrepreneur, you just have to set the rules. It doesn't mean that you have a big ego and you just put any rule. No, you have to be very careful with the rules you put. Otherwise, it can jeopardize your whole business. When you're an employee, you are micromanaged. What time did you come? What time did you leave? You didn't punch in. You didn't come to the meeting. You were late. With an entrepreneur, you have a free hands policy. All this comes with challenges. It's not easy. It's not easy. We're human beings, and we used to go by the rules. But when you have no rules, it becomes more difficult to manage your own self, to manage your own time, to do things even if you're sick, even if you don't feel like doing them. It's hard. Ideas, when you're an employee, you don't always share them. Sometimes you keep an idea to yourself. You say, no, I don't want to share that idea. But when you become an entrepreneur, you just take the best out of you because you want to invest in your idea, you want to invest in your company. Your job is to earn money. Huh? What you do, you work to have money, right? You go to work just and wait for the end of month paycheck. You wait for the end of year bonus. When you move there, it's different. Sometimes you have to put from your own money And you're no longer interested about the paycheck, about the bonus, but mainly about the price of your stock. You want to be listed, you want to become public, you want to see the price of your stock go higher and higher. In employees, when you're an employee, you have boundaries. So you cannot go beyond your job, your position, your hierarchy, your superior. Whereas there, it's just, you have no limits. You just have an idea, and this is all you have to break all the rules and to move on with it. You live every day, one day, closer to your dream. You all know who Mark Zuckerberg is. And he said that the biggest risk is not to take any risk at all. When he started, he didn't know where he was heading and where he will become and where his stock price would be, right? So it's beautiful to drop being an employee, to have an idea and to realize it. But it all comes at a price. And you have challenges. What are these challenges? Financial challenges. You don't have a budget. You have an idea, you have an innovation, but you don't have people to give you funding. If you're lucky enough, you might get a bit of funding. What do you do with that? You keep your budget realistic. You squeeze your expenses. Even if you have money, even if you have been funded with $1 million for doing that idea, you have to keep it to the low. And you have to find multiple ways of doing profits, not only from your own product, but you have to think about, go beyond that box and think about how can I make more profits. Regulatory. So in some places, in some countries, regarding some products, regulators not always support your idea. They may say, no, you're not allowed to do that, or you need this law to do that. The tip is you approach the regulators at a very early stage and you make them your customer. You make them love and adopt your idea. Market dynamics, competition. Okay, we all know how competition is fierce. Sometimes you have an idea, like Loop, for example, is the first to enter the market. But this is good at one hand because we're the first. But on the other hand, it has lots of challenges. How can I enter the market and position myself? You have to study what's there, study your competition, understand, master your product well, and position yourself in a way that people would come and demand. You have unforeseen events, macroeconomic events, geopolitical events that could affect your business. What do? You always have a plan B. Never go by plan A and say, this is my plan, I'm going with it. You draw your plan A and then immediately plan B. If this doesn't work, I have this. Resources. When you have a startup, you cannot just employ 150 people and top-notch engineers and best performing people. You do not have the capabilities, you do not have the money. You wear multiple hats. I do the secretarial job. I am the driver of the company. I do that. I go and collect papers and drop them here. I do coffee. I make the coffee. I am the secretary. And I am also attend the big executive meetings. I prepare the minutes. So you have to wear multiple hats and have with you a team who supports you. You need that support. What are the success tips in entrepreneurship? I would say first, marry your idea. In marriage, it's for better or for worse, right? It's the same when you have a company, for better and for worse. Whatever happens, you have to do that. It's your idea, it's your company, no matter what. And you have to love your baby, to love your product, to defend it the way you defend your baby. You have to believe in yourself. Nothing can stop you. You shouldn't be afraid of anything. If you believe in yourself, if you believe in your idea and your company, you just move on. But at the same time, don't fly. Mark Zuckerberg did not fly. He had his head over his shoulders all the time. Okay? You always have to invent. Okay, you have an idea. What do we do now? We execute and that's it? No, you're on the go. Each step of the way, you take another action. You recreate something. You will be judged as crazy, as weird, I mean, what's that idea of yours? Do you think it will happen? No, you will not succeed. You will hear that a lot. Just don't listen, ignore, smile, keep on. Don't let anything bring you down. And you have to keep the focus. In startups, once you do something, you start hearing lots of feedback. We can do this with you, we can do that with you, and you have multiple opportunities that open up. That's good, but at the same time, you have one objective to focus while keeping the wide vision. If you lose the focus, the company will just get disrupted. We talked about that, being your own boss. It's more difficult than having a boss. It's much more difficult, ask me, because you have to evaluate yourself, you have to criticize yourself, you have to do everything by yourself. And this self-discipline is not easy for human beings. Do what you do best. You're good at numbers, focus on that. You're good at PR, just go into the world, meet people. And passion, your inner passion will take you there. Don't quit, try, and retry. No matter what, persevere. Success, I would say, it doesn't come by accident, it doesn't come by chance. It's a choice. Once you choose to succeed, you will succeed and you will make it happen. That's it. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I was a bit of help to you in your journey, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.